All right, I see notifications are going out. So that's good. Once I go live, it seems like notification goes on. But if I just set up a hang, even for 20 minutes in the future, there's no notification. There was none till I go live. And there was nothing even on like my channel to tell because I two different channels. So I want to see if I got a notification on the channel saying upcoming, like an upcoming hang. So interesting. All right, so with that, let's get the show on the road. Offering you a alternative to the madness.
Whoa, whoa. Two cups of coffee sit side by side, steam rising like secrets we can't hide. The sun crawls in, paints gold on the wall. A puff of smoke, a sigh so deep, dreams awake while the world's asleep. Two cups of coffee, the sun and a puff. Is this morning enough? Is this morning enough? Sip slow, let it linger, don't rush the hush. Two cups of coffee, the sun and a puff. A spiral lands where the shadows lean, cracks in the pavement, whole stories unseen. Your laughter stirs, breaks the morning spell. The air so thick, it almost hums with everything said and left unsung. Two cups of coffee, the sun and a pup. Is this morning enough? Is this morning enough? Sip slow, let it linger, don't rush the hush. Two cups of coffee, the sun and a puff.
Italian stream. But I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. Now I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. Have to catch an early train, got to be to work by 9. And if I had an aeroplane, I still couldn't make it on time. Cause it takes me so long just to figure out what I'm gonna wear. Blame it on the train, but the boss is already there. It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun Monday. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. All of my nights, what did my lover have to pick last night to get down? Last night. Doesn't matter that I have to feed up both of us and Chloe was down. He tells me in his bedroom voice, my honey, let's go make some noise. Time may go so fast. It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Not bad, not bad. I like it. Yeah. So if you're ever wondering what it means to be manic, refers to a psychiatric condition characterized by a sustained, abnormally elevated, or irritable mood paired with highly increased energy. It is a defining feature of bipolar disorder. During a manic episode, individuals often experience a severely reduced need for sleep, racing thoughts, rapid speech, impulsivity, and grandiosity. Manic episode represents a shift in brain activity that causes an individual's energy and mood to skyrocket far above their baseline. That's how I feel when I have 2 cups of coffee. To meet clinical diagnostic criteria, though, these symptoms must be present most of the day for at least a full week or require hospitalization and must cause significant disruptions to daily life, work, or social functioning. They often use the mnemonic dig fast to quickly screen for classic indicators of mania. I need some ginger beer right now. Too much coffee. Upsetting my stomach. Distractibility, trouble focusing, and an inability to complete tasks. No, you don't have to necessarily be manic to have those. Or even because you got to take all of these into consideration, not just one. Trouble focusing and inability to complete tasks. Indiscretion, impulsivity, engaging in risky behavior with painful consequences. Reckless driving, excessive spending. Grandiosity, an inflated sense of self-importance, power, or special abilities. Flight of ideas, racing thoughts that are difficult for others to follow. Oh. Hey, activity increase. Starting multiple new projects at once or an increase in goal-directed activities. Sleep deficit. Drastically reduced need for sleep while still feeling completely energized. And T, talkativeness. Speaking rapidly and excessively, making it difficult to interrupt. I do have one person in mind that's in this community that fits all these criteria. I just, but no judgment. Because mania impairs judgment and can lead to dangerous situations, prompt treatment is highly recommended. It's highly manageable with a combination of medication, psychotherapy, and clinical support. If you or someone you know is going through a manic episode and I've seen these episodes happen right in the hangs, and experiencing severe symptoms or thoughts of self-harm, please contact a health provider. There you go, folks. Please, if you are experiencing these, or know someone, 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Open. I hope you're hearing me. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Open chat. Let's see. Let me put a link to join. I'm gonna put a link to join. I'm not going public. I'm gonna put in Sammy's chat. Whoever wants to come in. All right. That's how we're gonna start it out. I haven't started my own new kind of happy chat yet. I haven't done it because I just I haven't done it. Same people hang out in the same places anyway. Though I did want to have like a space just for specific topics, not just a general thing. I have thought about that. Kind of hone in, focus on certain interests, that kind of thing. So where was I gonna go next? Okay, I did the song. Went through a definition of mania or MaNic, since we're doing Manic Monday. I thought, okay, let's do that. And went to my other channels to see if I get notifications, and I came across a guy, economist that I was sub to on one channel, but fucking blocked me, or somebody on his channel blocked me. I don't know, really fucking sensitive. So blocked my comments, and when I found that, I just unsubbed on that one channel. But Aaron Clary, I know you love him or hate him, and he is known as he knows he can be an asshole. He does. Even in the beginning of his videos, he takes a clip from one of my favorite movies too, High Fidelity, where he says, "You're such an asshole." So he had a video titled "The 333 Plan," which is the plan given from Scott Bessent, Secretary of Treasury, who is doing this plan. And Aaron here, he will take requests. It's for people to ask him a question. Of course, they pay him. I don't know what they fucking pay him to answer questions. That's his way of, I guess, And yeah, he is called Asshole Consulting. So he's going to be asked about the 333 plan. And so, yeah. So if you're interested in a little economics here, it's going to be probably a little bit of an echo chamber, because I do agree with most of what he's shared in these first few minutes. And then maybe we'll go further on. So let's see. Yeah, here you go.
You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. We got a request. Hey, asshole, I'm curious what your thoughts are on the Trump and Bessent's economic plan. This is pure theory, obviously, since we do not know if they can execute it in practice. Congress is not any plan. It's not. The last time we had a decent shot was the what was it? Newt Gingrich's the American Deal or Contract with America. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I remember Contract with America in the 1990s. Yeah, there's a big push, especially with conservative Christians. And you had, I think Republicans had control of all, both houses and the presidency. I think they only got through a couple of those things on that contract. But yeah, I have to agree with him here. It's because of all the corruption and money involved, it's very hard to get anything fucking done. And this is why people start going to dictators, because unfortunately, this is why China can get things kind of done, even though they have their own problems. Hey, what's up, nerdy? Just another Manic Monday. Yes. Did you get your gift card? I sent it out this morning. I hope you get it. Once again, congratulations, nerdy. So yeah. So nerdy, do you know Aaron here? Have you seen his channel? Aaron Clary, the asshole consultant. Do you know him?
I'm also curious what your opinion is on how Trump is trying to use tariffs to increase domestic production. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't give a fuck what you economists say. Oh, studies show. No, fuck you. We have no productive capacity. I mean, yes, we do. We do have an industrial base. Oh my fucking God. What is wrong with having jobs here? Get fucked. Oh, but then televisions might cost. So then televisions cost more. What was it? The Taft administration. I forgot when they did something to it was more like, no, we're slapping on tariffs. Yes, costs went up a little bit, but the employment situation actually improved a little bit as well.
I just heard that what did they're increasing fucking tariffs on Russia now again. Anybody who buys from Russian oil, because I think already Russia is now stopping their exports because a bunch of fucking refineries got bombed. I don't know when this video was done, but yeah, so now you can put tariffs on already decreased oil production. Costs will go up, and he knows this is what I'm saying. Costs will go up, but it's a way that it's supposedly force jobs back here or companies to have their businesses here. And I don't know how high tariffs are going to do that. I don't know if that's going to work. But these tariffs to get jobs back here when China does it so cheap. I posted another article where there was a video that a lot of companies are going to Chinese AI because it's a fraction of the cost that America doing it for. And this is going to be the issue, the labor costs. Continuing on.
And what the fuck are we going to do? What are we going to make? DEI? Are we just going to be like a pure white collar economy where all we do is DEI consulting and therapy and we hold our vaginas and like, ugh. Christ. Just oh my God. The cost of something might go up. Okay, so what? The cost of some go up, and now we got more jobs. Fuck you. It's not going to look. They couldn't even make.
Yeah, but will we really have more jobs? Or are you just gonna have robots making a lot of stuff? That's the only thing. If you don't make it affordable for even a couple to go out on a date, right? I mean, even single people, right? They're gonna go out. Spend now. If you go out by yourself, have a lunch, a couple beers, like I just did the other day, it's gonna cost you $40, $50, maybe $60. All right, and do that for two. That's over, $100. Then you might want to do something else after dinner and drinks, or a movie before, whatever. So I mean, to go on a date, a couple $100 for a teenager or someone in early 20s. That is not. You can't. How are you going to encourage marriage and families if people can't even afford to go out on a date?
Make a desalinization plant in California because white women were, no joke. I mean, not just white women, but there was a white woman protest. There's a go plankton, no desalinization plant, because the plankton in that little area where the salt would be reintroduced, they wouldn't die. They just wouldn't go there. So I would love, look, they couldn't even get the freaking high-speed rail line out of California to go to Vegas. They can't do it. Just a bunch of white-collar pussies in this. You can't do anything industrious. So, no, I don't think the 333 plan is going to work. And yes, I'm for the tariffs. Fuck off.
Yeah, I got mixed reviews about the tariffs. But yeah, those desalinization plants in California, you can't even get one going. You're right off the fucking water. You know, you need the water. You could fucking bring some over to Arizona and Nevada. Mess.
Copy. That's not an empirical. You're right. It is emotional, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you economists say or what your studies or your research shows. For the past 50 fucking years, all your research has been wrong, and the economy is getting worse. You guys have failed at your job. Shut the fuck up.
Funny he says the last 50 years because, hey, it's been 50 years when we went off the gold standard. And easy credit and debt, let it flow, baby. That's why we're where we are. That's why. In part. Big part.
You see, if we print off money, but we put it in this fund, and then we sell our bonds back, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, is inflation higher now?
Yeah.
Did we lose 95% of the purchasing power of the dollar? Fuck you. There, suck my dick. What do you think? We're John Maynard Keynes? There's a funny joke there.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Keynes.
This is a big issue since we saw how bad this can get, with the disease being the perfect example when supply chains break down. Well, here's another problem with the tariffs. Fine. We could tariff ourselves till all the production comes back to our shores, right? We can make it that no one can export here, which I'm actually against, though.
I don't think you can get alcohol at Amazon, nerdy. I don't know about that. Can you? Can you buy alcohol through Amazon? Probably going to be expensive. Shipping is always, that's. I buy one. I buy one beverage now. I get my ginger beer through Amazon because they don't sell it around here. Though maybe I probably could go to a distributor and find a similar product, maybe cheaper. I'm gonna have to look into that. I was getting my protein shakes from Amazon, but then I found a different brand here at a Odd Job Lot. This Odd Job Lot place, which is really good because you get fucking shit cheap. It's like all the stuff, I don't know, it's either stuff that's not selling in other states, overstock, or whatever it is. But I get my coffee there. The coffee is good too. It's flavored coffee and it's inexpensive. It's like $6 a pound, comparably speaking. But all that to say that I found a protein shake there. I tried it. It was a different brand. I was like, let me try, see if it tastes all right, because, you get what you pay for. And it tastes good. And it was half the price of what I was buying on Amazon. The ginger beer, that's about now the only thing but I've looked into like buying other like sodas and stuff. It's just, the shipping is just, unless you're going to have, I think the only way they save is if you have a big distribution plant like nearby something, because that's what they're building in the States, like these distribution plants, centers. So, yeah. So I guess any common items can be shipped out right away. 10 cans of Budweiser are 24 pounds on Amazon. Seems like a lot. Is it? Well, let's see. I don't buy beer much. I just bought a 6. I haven't bought in a while. Though this past weekend I did do some drinking because I went out and saw some bands, and that's what happened. And I danced it right off. But store I went a 6-pack of Heineken. Used to be $9. Now it's $11. Yeah, 11 or 11 something actually. So and that went up within, I guess it had to be 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. And so from 9 to 11, and so that's what 10, 20, over a 20%. That's a 20% increase. Oh, I'm not hungover at all. Not me. I had like, let's see, I went to the winery, did that 90s dance, 90s dance party. I had 3 beers and 2 glasses of wine. When I first got there and I had the glass of wine, yeah, I felt the buzz coming on, but then I was dancing. Yeah, worked it off. I had another glass of wine. Then I went to beers. And at one point I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right before the last one. Last beer. Just danced it off, waited a while, because I'm not gonna fucking drive. And yeah, I was fine. But and needless to say, to go out and drink is much more money, of course. Uh 15 cans of Heineken for 12 quid, so it's a bit cheaper. Cheaper than the Bud. That is interesting because Heineken is imported more money usually here. That is interesting. Budweiser, usually you can get Budweiser, you can get beer that's cheaper than water. That's the crazy thing about beer. Beer can be cheaper than water. All right, moving on with this 333 plan and the criticisms of Aaron Clary. There is a link if you want to join, if you have a comment. There you go. Welcome to this MaNic Monday.
With our current and shitified corporate America, what are they going to do? They're not going to make good products. They're not going to pay fair wages. This is all great. This is like college freshmen solving all the world's problems. They're not wrong in some instances, but good luck getting the corrupt, inept adults to do it. You going to get Sloppy as Slopdella to stop hiring foreigners? You get Sloppy as Slopdella and all the Microsoft leadership to stop shoving AI in everyone's asshole?
Woo! Yeah, nerdy. I'm like, listen, I admit, because that I do some investing, right? Everyone should do some kind of investing in your future, so you don't have to work so hard later on. Okay. A lot of lessons I learned were late, granted, but anyway, this whole AI business, I am concerned because some stuff, ETFs and stuff, I'm in due. They have their money in Nvidia and semiconductors and all this stuff. But I am concerned though when this bubble is going to pop, because if China is doing shit cheaper and these companies are not going to make money for years, where's all this fucking money? These companies are overvaluated, crazy, beyond shit we've ever seen in history. And it's like we're all gonna ride this top. Yeah. I mean, we can see a 20%, 30% cut.
The 333 plan, 3% real GDP growth, boosting economic growth through deregulation and pro-growth policies. This incentivizes investment, both domestic and foreign. Sure. That has always been an option on the table to make it easier for companies to come here and invest. I think the corporate tax rate is 36% on average. Maybe get rid of that. Like Dubai, Singapore, Cayman Islands. Come here, invest. Huh? Yeah. Congresswoman.
Yeah, all the money. Cayman Islands. A lot of money going through there. A lot of people saying, where's this money coming to spending? Yeah, a lot of shit going on we don't know about. Tax haven, you know. I had to go look. You have a tilt outside. Tilt, cash advances and credit cards? That's what tilt is here. I'm coming up. Tilt reviews? Alternative credit system? Is that what you talking about? I don't know what sounds like I bet you that sounds like one of those get paid now and yeah. Got some developed Europe alongside all world. Yeah, I saw what do you call what you would call it's not a 401. It's called a thrift for government employees. So yeah, you know, you can allocate where your funds go, you know, and how depending on your risks and all that. So, but I have I changed a number of months ago to you know a higher percentage rate to emerging markets like outside the U.S. because the returns are much better. To tell you the truth, they are. They just are. Because my old world is 60%. It wasn't tilt in a portfolio is where you lean towards things. So you may have a tilt towards UK, even though you already have UK stocks in. Okay. Maybe I'm not understanding a little bit your lingo. Oh. All right, moving on.
Democrats won't allow it, and the Republicans have too much blackmail dirt on them. They'll not vote for it. But yes, that could happen. 3%. I think 10% real GDP growth is absolutely possible. It would take some restructuring of corporate America. We'd have to get rid of college degrees as a prerequisite. You'd have to train your employees. Well, we could do it. We could have an economic boom.
Yeah, there's a lot of jobs. There is no need for a fucking college degree to be a prerequisite. You can get some go back to some on-job on-the-job training, apprenticeships, you know, this stuff. But he's going to get back. He's going to go into cuts are going to be necessary, and they probably are. But if you could do cuts and lower expenses at the same time, that can help. That can help the burden.
Akin to Reagan, if you put it in the right. So that is possible. That is possible. 3% budget deficit, slashing the federal budget deficit to 3% of GDP to stabilize the national debt. That's not going to happen because you're going to have to get rid of the wealth. You're not going to have to get rid of all the welfare state, but you would have to significantly cut the welfare state. And Democrats are just not going to allow it. Republicans
aren't going to allow it either because, yes, it's political suicide to even suggest that you're going to do that. You probably have to pull a Trump. You know, you say, like any other politician, say you're going to do, and then say you're going to save it or whatever. Oh, you know, maybe they'll just do the opposite. Hey, say we're going to put more money in it, and then you actually cut it when you get in. If they do it, they're going to have to sneak it in. But then again, come around next election. This is why you should have term limits. This part of the reason I think you should have term limits because of this.
Republicans aren't going to allow it. No one's going to allow it. I 3% budget deficit, I could bring it into a 3% budget surplus. We're cutting welfare, all of it, Social Security, education, the VA, you veterans with, you got a paper cut and you get $8,000 a month. Fuck you. That's,
and when he said this, well, the first time I listened to this, I only listened to like less than 10 minutes. So anyway, I thought about a guy we had on. I had someone I talked to on this in the cafe. He was visiting or something. I haven't seen him since because probably, I bet you, I don't know. I don't know if he got in trouble or not. But it was interesting because what we're talking about, he said he was a veteran receiving benefits, but at the same time, he's for disabilities. I think it was back or something. But then at the same time, he says he's a cook 8 hours a day, standing on his feet and everything. And it's not just the VAs. There's other people getting benefits that shouldn't be. For stuff like this, he's saying frivolous stuff or stuff that is manageable.
you go to somebody who's missing a leg. Fuck you. Oh, there's lots of fat to cut. I get rid of all, like USA. All this money, by the way, it just goes to fraud. Not all, EBT obviously goes to money or food rather.
Being one who used to work at the post office could do cuts now. You don't need them as much now. Not for years with the institution of email, and now you have all this other competition. All right, they should have started 30 fucking years ago. You didn't need to deliver mail on Saturdays. You could cut Saturday delivery right there. You would save. You will save on injuries. You'll save on gas. You'll save on employees. You'll also save on the relief employees because you don't have to, Well, you could cut delivery on Saturday. No need for mail delivery on Saturday. How much that would save? I don't know. Stamps are going up again, or they have gone up again. It's unbelievable. You would think. They're in competition with email for decades now. And they continually raise the freaking price of a stamp. And if the post office was a regular business, and by the way, they're not in their budget is by income. It's not under federal budget. It's like a quasi kind of thing, the post office. And if they want to do any improvements, it's got to go through Congress. And you know how that is. So if this thing was run like a regular business, it would be out of business because there's so much red tape and unions you got to deal with to get anything done. And this is the same thing with all these government agencies. There's stuff that can be cut. Yeah. Doge was a good idea, but what happened there, This is why I think term limits and get out or limit the abilities of lobbyists.
All of it gets cut. It's 2/3 the budget, roughly speaking. And yes, boomers, you get your Social Security cut. That would have to be. It can all be done. But just like women in the United Kingdom vote to have themselves raisined, it's not going to happen here. Here's another thing. Americans are so spoiled. They just can't possibly go on a diet. I mean, a financial diet. If you cut everybody's government checks by 10%, we could do this. But they just can't these.
That was my idea. If you guys remember a while ago, I said everybody can find 10% that if you need to, save, you can find 10%. And government, definitely. I said when first Trump came back in and it was started thinking about this whole Doge thing, I said you should do 10% across all government agencies. Everybody can find 10% of waste that they can cut out and save? 10%. You can't. Don't tell me you can't. Don't tell me the government can't. 10%. That should be the plan. It should be the 10% plan for us and everyone. And then take that 10%, save it, invest it, whatever.
Fat people, the poor people in our country who are fat, they just can't get by without their pizza and Doritos. So that's possible, but it's not possible. All these things are doable, but they're not possible because we do not have the political will as people or politics.
No, they're possible. You mean, Aaron, they're not probable. That's the thing. The probability of it happening is low because, yeah, Congress, money, blah, blah, blah. We'd already mentioned it. It's possible. It's the probability that is low.
Politicians to do it. 3 million barrels of oil, increasing domestic energy production by the equivalent of additional 3 million barrels of oil per day. That one, I don't know why that's up there. Yeah, sure, I would like oil to go up in production. That does help the economy, but that is highly dependent on the price of oil. If the price of oil goes down, you're losing money. Hang on, let me see. At what price do Bakken oil fields become profitable?
Okay. I didn't get up to this part. I'm going to say, I think it's like $50, $55 a barrel oil. You need a minimum. Anything above that, I think, is supposed to be profit at this point, right? That's my guess. 50, 55.
Okay, so the price of oil has to be at $70 or higher for the Bakken oil fields, which is only one type of oil field in the United States. There are others, to become profitable. I didn't know this, but recently, I guess New Mexico is the number 2 oil producer in the United States by state.
$70, that seems high. I mean, being the case that right now oil is $73.95, not much profit there. Oh, I mean, $4. I mean, yeah, $4 times, millions of barrels, but what I do like for cheap oil, who's apparently is link is above in the comments. See, Brittany says 65.85. I do it more 50.55. Yeah, let me drop another link. Hold on. It's weird seeing this name now. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. So cheap oil is good for miners, metal miners. So the mining companies, they are making out like bandits these last couple of years. I don't know what to call you anymore.
Oh, Brittany's as good as any. Only let me get a really deep voice.
Yeah. So, you know Aaron Claret? What's up?
No.
Brillery.
Yeah. No,
hit me.
No,
hit me with your best shot.
What?
Hitney, or I could call you Hitney.
Oh, well.
I know. Oh, well. What?
I mean, hit me. I don't know about that.
Hitney.
Oh. No, I don't want to combine name. Hybrid. Okay. Either or. Either Hillary or
I liked
Brittany.
what someone said, Brittany's email. That was interesting.
I guess.
You
I
sound
don't know.
tired. You sound tired today.
I just woke up like maybe
Oh.
20 minutes ago, and so I'm still a little bit stiff.
All right, you chill out. Have a cup of coffee. I'll finish with the video. Have you ever heard of Aaron Clary?
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay. Well, he is he has, I think does have a degree in economics. All right. We have Nisha joining us here. Hi, Nisha.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're here to learn a little bit about economics and economy and the 333 plan.
No, but I guess I am gonna hear about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think.
What would you rather hear about, Nisha?
I don't. I'm just getting my morning started. So
both of you just getting your morning started.
yeah.
That's
So
right, because you're more further west,
wink,
both of
wink.
you.
yeah. So whatever you
All right.
guys are talking about, I'll just chime in if I have something to say.
Very good. You guys get your coffee. I'm gonna go on with this video.
The
Okay.
fact that both of us are waking up just now is completely coincidental.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you are so dirty.
I am.
I didn't know you were a lesbian.
Behind Texas. I was very impressed. I was like, I didn't know that. Is 3 million. Well, let's do some math. You want 3 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times 365 times $70 equals. That is 1,000. 1, 2, 3 million. 1, 2, 3. 76 billion. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,
Oh, fuck
2,
Google.
3. That is $77 billion a year. That's why the 3 million barrels of oil per day didn't. I'm like, well, yeah, that's going to help, but that's not here. Like cutting health costs would, health insurance would probably be a bigger, more impactful thing. But okay, $77 billion on a $30 trillion economy. Your wife gives you an extra kiss on the cheek instead of like blowjobs every Tuesday. I mean,
Oh, that was fucking funny.
it's not going to hurt. It will help. Yes, the added kiss on the cheek will help, but her losing 40 pounds and blowjobs every Tuesday, that's going to boost the marriage a little bit more. So I would say that's the weakest part of the 3-point plan. I
can't help. Oh God. Whatever works. If it makes the point, there you go.
And permit me to critique Trump. This is a very typical Trump thing. It sounds good, oil, but at the end of the day, it's like, what the fuck does that do? I mean, okay, yeah, it sounds good. Which is why I don't take it seriously. Since he took office, the numbers I've seen state that foreign investors have announced 2893 projects in the U.S., which is a 14.8% increase in the corresponding period. For foreign investors? Yeah, no, the U.S. has every right to throw its weight around. I'm sick and tired of being the world's bitch. I'm sick and tired of paying for Europe and Canada's defense. No, fuck you. You want to sell day one, President Cappy, I grab Slopdella by the ear, drag him in, and I say, you're either going to get the fuck out of our country or you're firing every H-1B person. You're hiring Americans. You're going to knock it off with this AI shit. Otherwise, get the fuck out. I do that to every corporation, replacing people with AI and foreign. You want to hire foreigners, and you go to that fucking country and get the fuck out. And no, you can't sell your shit here in the United States. Not without tremendous tariffs.
Thoughts about that?
I've not said it as strongly as he did, but I gave kind of an indication of that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too.
You're either going to be a fucking productive, contributing member to this society as a corporation, or you're getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, I need my drop. Wait. Where is my drop? Wait, I need a drop. Here it is.
It's my house. You know what it is? And if you don't like it, you get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I pay the motherfucking bills in this motherfucker. And hey, kiss my ass if you don't like it.
Yes, the United States should throw its political and economic weight around and extract more concessions from foreign countries. I'm not saying unfair one. You want to sell your shit here? Well, you better fucking have an office here. You better be employing Americans. In terms of capital expenditure, so far, foreign companies have pledged $500 billion in the United States during Trump 2.2, which is 151% more than during the course. But yeah, because they want to sell here. This is why I don't believe you economists. Oh my God, tariffs are so bad. Fuck you. Oh, here comes the jobs. Here comes the investment.
China's making some really cheap cars now, but we can't sell them here because, of our auto industry and the lobbyists and all that other stuff. And meanwhile, fucking, the price of a house just a few years ago is what it costs for a fucking pickup truck now, right? So not even fucking somebody who wants to start a fucking business who actually needs a pickup truck and not for just fucking show and tell, like most people driving trucks around now. Just like a fucking waste. I don't know. It's just some kind of status symbol. But
that's true. I know about it.
Yeah. So so I'm just saying, so why not let the Chinese sell their stuff here? Yeah, you have to hire American and whatever tax and bring the competition.
Well, you see what they did with that Hyundai company, right?
Yeah, I remember Hyundai. I had a little Hyundai.
Well, they were opening up a factory over here, and they brought over their people to put together the equipment and get the factory all set up. And a Karen called and got all those people arrested by ICE, the workers. You didn't hear about that?
No. Okay, at a Hyundai plant?
They were building a Hyundai plant and they were setting it up.
So they have illegal immigrants building a Hyundai plant?
Well, they were here to put together the equipment because all the equipment, the instructions were in their language.
See, shit like that. No, you don't have that if you do American.
Well, they wasn't even this is what I heard. I haven't vetted the information. A Karen called and said, you got illegal workers over here. And so America came, they sent ICE. ICE came, arrested them. Then like Korea or whoever Hyundai is tied to, Korea or Taiwan, they sent the plane.
It's a Korean company.
Yeah, they sent the plane to come pick up their people.
Okay.
And good. America had to beg them to come back.
Oh, see, that was a problem. You shouldn't have done that. Why are you doing that?
Because they couldn't. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't hear about that.
No, I didn't hear about it. I'm all for, they should have been arrested. They're here illegally. And, this is about bringing jobs back. But now, okay, you got them out. Don't fucking be begging to have them back. You better be prepared.
Well, if you think about it, if you want one of them to put a factory together, wouldn't they have to send their own people to put it together?
What if we do ahead of time a prerequisite? You want to do business here, you do hire American, you have instructions in English. That case, you know what I'm saying? Or you help, you train, you want to bring it, whatever, you then.
But that was the whole thing.
Bring a consultant over. They can have one person teaching, a bunch of Americans how to put this stuff together.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know all the details, but it did happen.
No, I'm just trying to give solutions.
Yeah. No, I agree. You should have had like American workers there, but still, I don't know how. I want to say there probably was because there was a Karen there. Where'd she come from?
But I agree with the Karen here now. I agree with the Karen. That's if there's illegals and they should get arrested, then I agree with the Karen. if you're calling a Karen.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
why
it was a lady. It was a white lady.
Oh, it's a white lady's now.
Well, I'm calling her a Karen, but it was a white lady that called it.
Is this like a black thing now? Like
What if I say white lady?
You call all white women Karens?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, if whether you say if you want to say it's a black thing, I don't think so, because there's lots of white people that have problems with Karens, and then they call them Karen too.
But we don't call all white
we
women
got
Karen.
it.
No, this is a
We got it from white people.
No, Karen is a behavior of some white women. Yeah,
we got that term from white people.
We don't blanket every white woman as a Karen.
Well, did I say this lady that called was a Karen, or did I say all white women were Karen?
Well, I was wondering what you meant by Karen. You said she was a white woman.
Yeah, she said she happened to be a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why that was relevant, but she did mention it.
Well, no, it was relevant because he said it should have been other people there, Americans there, and then I said, well, it was a white woman there, so maybe it was.
No,
that's why I said that.
Okay.
See, well, Karen is usually some kind of our behavior that what we attach behavior to Karens, but in this case, I think the actions of this white woman was American. It wasn't Karen-like.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that, because if you have a Hyundai factory and they're sending, because I have a familiarity with CNC machines, and even the CNC machines aren't built in America. So we bring them over from other countries, and they do have other languages on them. They might have English too, but then they have other languages. And so, I want to say that is kind of standard if you're bringing a whole entire plant from another country, and the machines, that you need the people that understand those machines and how they work.
How many employees are we talking about went back to Korea?
Brodo, you could pull it up and look it up yourself.
Well, you brought up the story.
Look, do you hear this coffee stirring? My brain cell, it says loading in my brain right now.
All right. Pause and have your coffee. I'm going to go back to the video.
Okay.
This is the start of Trump 2.0. The semiconductor sector has the biggest magnet of FDI capital, followed by coal, oil, and gas, renewable energy. All right, good. We're in the same predicament after World War II at that GDP around 106. It is now 122% to GDP in 2026. Right. We had the war on Nazism and we won. And then we had a war on poverty and we lost, because we still have the same poor people and they're all bitching and whining, and there's more of them. We were able to resolve that debt issue after World War II because of both parties agreed it was a problem. Yeah, so we had tremendously high taxes. If the Democrats love to go to like the 50s had a tremendous tax rate, they had like 80% tax rate. Yeah, because we had to pay down the national debt.
Also, we were making everything and the world was buying our shit in the 50s, 60s.
That's why. And we're going to keep them there. Talk to your Democrat buddy JFK about that one. We actually had the financial sense to like, oh yeah, we should pay this off. Nowadays, the parties can't agree on anything, so that is big. Yeah, we're going to have inflation. We already have. The debt's not going away. But if we have another conservative win in 2028 to broadly keep these policies in place, do you think it's viable long term? No. The only thing that's going to happen is we're going to keep printing off money. We're going to have inflation. Mm-hmm. People are going to increasingly become poor. The corporate sector is increasingly going to have number go up. And until you have a hardline or borderline economic fascists come in and start cracking skulls, you think Trump is what? No, Trump ain't anywhere near what's needed. Daddy needs to come home and start beating everybody and say, here's how it is. We're no longer having colleges and universities. Employers, I've advocated that you should be using 100% corporate tax for the next 10 years to pay this all off, national debt. And then it has to come at the expense of we are reforming wealth.
What the fuck? I was just thinking about that. How you, wait a minute, 100?
First, if you know anything about economics, you want corporate taxes to be as low as possible. And based on the world rate, 15% is about perfect for America. You can make it a little higher, but it doesn't make sense. The
Yeah,
higher the
because then
corporate
he
taxes,
just
the more you slow down the economy.
yeah, because then that goes against what he's trying to say earlier,
Right.
bringing production back here. How are you going to do
Right.
that if you're going to tax companies so high?
Yep.
Need incentive. People need incentives.
Welfare to where it's never going to consume this much of GDP ever again. And we have to reform the labor market.
I want to go back and make sure I heard this correctly.
Ilona, I don't know what you mean about irony. Iron, E. And yeah, solder. You're right. We don't say the L for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we don't.
I'm sorry. What's this? Americans
Can't say irony, ironically, and solder. There's an L before that der. But when we say should, we also don't say should.
a shoulder, a shoulder.
Well, shoulder, the L is prominent, but should, we don't. Yeah, we solder. I don't know why, but yeah, like laying grass,
Yeah.
exactly, nerdy. Whereas solder, we saw it off.
Solder. Yeah.
I'm done.
Longer having colleges and universities. Employers, I've advocated that corporate should be using 100%.
I think you only need college, university for like, a doctor, lawyer.
Well, what is he talking about? So there shouldn't be colleges and university in America, is what I took. I must have misunderstood something.
Well, he's very against all these frivolous fucking degrees.
Well, I am too. But
yeah,
just
exactly.
quit the government loans. Say if you are wanting a productive degree that a bank is willing to say that that's a good bet, that you're going to be able to repay that loan with, the money that you're going to make after you get that degree, then fine. But don't have the taxpayer pay for underwater gender studies in Bolivia. I mean, that's not going to get you anywhere.
But they're not getting the jobs that are going to even pay off for those degrees easy, unless you're in like a field maybe as a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah, well, you can do it for other things too, but that's my point. That if a bank says, "Hey, we think that you're a good risk, that you're going to be able to pay off this loan," but don't have the taxpayers paying for this craziness, that you're going to end up a barista at Starbucks at best, and serving fries at McDonald's at worst.
And there's so many jobs now that I guess that they're requiring you have a college degree. You shouldn't need one. You can do an apprenticeship.
Do you know why?
Training.
Because kids are graduating high school not knowing how to read. So if you can't graduate college, that they're not interested in you. But I thought about this long ago in my 20s. Sometimes I applied for jobs and they required a college degree, but it was for nonsense jobs. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, why is this? And I came to the conclusion it's because they want a slave. They want somebody who's stupid enough to go $250,000 in debt to get a meaningless piece of paper, when a high school graduate already has all the job skills to do the job, like immediately day one.
Yeah.
But they want somebody who's so far in debt that when they hire
quote unquote normal high school graduate.
That's exactly why I told my daughter to go to a community college and get several associate degrees. And we didn't pay that much because I go to the same college. I still go to the same college. I'm on fall break right now. But I found out some of the teachers that was teaching at the community college got paid more than they did at the universities, and they were also teaching at the universities.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I learned about that, and my son, he already graduated from college, but he's actually operating within his degree. So, and he's not in debt because we was paying in cash. And so it worked out. And I don't know why a lot of people don't do that. They just want the title. Oh yeah, I graduated at UC Berkeley and stuff like that. But she got the same education that a university student would get.
Yep.
As long as the company's going to accept it.
So I brought up the information about the Hyundai plant.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it says this happened in 2025 in September. It says law enforcement conducted an immigration raid at the Hyundai Motor Group meta plant in Georgia, and it detained 475 workers. And it also says the raid led to a diplomatic dispute between the United States and South Korea. Over 300 Koreans were detained, and concerns about foreign companies investing in the United States. And then it says here that the Hyundai Motor and LG Energy Solution announced a joint venture in Georgia to produce EV battery cells. It was going to employ about 1,200 people in the EV battery section and bring 8,500 jobs.
All right, stop there. Stop. So right there, I mean, you could have had a couple people training for that initial 300 right there. And now they're promising another 1,200, but are they American, or are they going to be more other immigrants? And
well,
then
it sounds
now there's
like
a layer on top of that. I think you were getting to.
it sounds like once it was up and running, it would employ about 1,200 people. It doesn't say American. It looks pretty general, but then it goes on to say that there would have been another 8,500 jobs created in another section regarding this plant. And then it says here that some of them, the one that reported them was Georgia's 12th congressional district candidate, Tory Branham. And then it says,
she's the one you calling the Karen, the rep?
Yeah. She said she was investigating rumors about undocumented immigrants. And then it goes, I'm skipping down. And then it goes on to say here, South Korea announced that they will be opening an investigation into the raid, and if any of the detained individuals had suffered any human rights violations during the raid. It did say, I'm skimming through, I don't have my glasses on, that some of them had visas and other type of passes to be there.
Okay. All right. So we don't know how many were not.
Yeah, it might give a detail.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we got an idea of the numbers. Thank you.
And
corporate tax for the next 10 years to pay this all off, national debt, and then it has to come at the expense.
Wait.
Years to pay this. I've advocated that you should be using 100% corporate tax for the next 10 years to pay this all off.
Oh, 100% of the tax that they collect, not 100% corporate tax. That's what he was saying.
Well, that's not the way the budgets even work. You put all the money into a general revenue fund and then take whatever money out that you want. You don't just say, oh, well, we're going to take all of the corporate tax and take that out of the economy and put it over here for this.
Well, yeah, that's what they do now, but this is what he's advocating for.
Yeah, but that would make no sense. So what, we're going to have another government agency and hire another 100,000 people just to do this, just to earmark something? He's basically creating a new IRS.
I don't know.
That's the way it would work. That's the way it would work in actuality if we followed his plan.
Well, then that wouldn't. I don't think that probably would not be part of his advocacy program.
Yeah, he doesn't think through what he says. That's my point.
But wait a minute. You're going to tell you don't need a bureaucracy. You can have a computerized AI system managing all that money or whatever.
And are we going to have Indians? Are we going to have Indians programming that computer? So we're going to hire foreign labor to do our jobs?
No, you hire Americans.
It'll never happen.
Okay. Well, then it's not part of the program I would be advocating for. I don't think he would be doing that either.
Well, I'm just making a point that he doesn't think things through. So if you listen to too much of what he says, you're going to be headed down the wrong road.
Not if Hillary's / Brittany's. If he says we take 100% of the corporate taxes, not 100% tax on corporation, that's ridiculous. 100% of the taxes. And he's saying put it towards the debt. and right, take that and then what other taxes you collect, do whatever you need to do. That's what he's advocating. Now, how that would pan out, it would take forever because they even say, even if you fucking taxed the top 1%, 10%, 100% on their income, that you still wouldn't fucking get rid of the debt for fucking years.
National debt. And then it has to come at the expense of we are reforming welfare to where it's never going to consume this much of GDP ever again. And we have to reform the labor market. That's the only way you get out of this without war and starvation and complete resets and a collapse. Otherwise, yes, it's going to be a collapse. One day, there ain't going to be enough water in Vegas. One day, the electricity will just go out. One day, the cops won't show up and there will be a riot.
Oh, hell, that's now.
I know our trade imbalance is probably.
Do you know what the wait times are for a call for service in Houston?
15 minutes.
Oh no, it's hours. And even for a SA case, it's 36 hours. For I'm trying to remember how to say it, but like when I got
36 hours.
Yeah. So basically, all the evidence is gone by the time that they show up.
Right.
And it's hours for anything in Houston. Basically, they want you to go to a police substation to make the report. So if you're being carjacked or you're being held at gunpoint, don't expect the cops to show up. We're not going to.
Then the only way you're gonna, then this is where everything's gonna have to start getting more localized in a community. Maybe even have you're gonna need to have somebody represent a small community that has some kind of direct access to the police department.
And then you get corruption. Because that does happen. We do have community advocates that go in, and then they end up getting, $1 million a year jobs to be community activists. And Huawei, I would love to pronounce Huawei for Ilona.
Yeah, she doesn't understand that in North America, the company actually encouraged us Americans to pronounce it Hyundai instead of Yidai. So that's okay.
Oh, it's pronounced Gidai?
Yeah, but it's the company actually encouraged us to call it Hyundai. That's what they tell us to pronounce it as.
Yeah, all the commercials that they put out, they call it Hyundai. So if they have their own name, that's their problem.
Yeah, so I don't know why she's trying to make it seem like she has some intellectual hierarchy on the language.
I had a Hyundai. It was like it was like 80 something. And there was like a little box. I forgot what the name of the car was. It had a fucking little sunroof. It was like driving. It was fun to drive. It was like driving something a little bit better than a fucking go-kart or a.
Are you trying to say Yugo or Metro?
You talking to me?
Yeah, because you're saying like a little car that is.
No, it was a little bit better than that. It was 4-cylinder. It was a 4-cylinder Hyundai. I forgot the name of the car. I think it's over XL.
I think I know what you're talking about. It had 4 doors. And it had all these cool little buttons. It was like
right. It was a very simple car. It was fun. It was actually fun to drive.
My cousin had one. We was like, man, this car is so cool.
Yeah.
It was the thing for his day.
Yes, it was. I say bring it back, baby.
Well, again, it's government regulations. They're going to say it has to meet the CAFE standards. It's got to meet all these highway safety test standards. So if you got a little car that meets the CAFE standards, then it's not going to be able to meet the impact standards of, smashing into something at 80 miles an hour highway speeds. Because you have to have enough metal to protect the people inside. But if you've got enough metal, then you're not going to have good fuel mileage. So no matter what, there's all these contradictory regulations, and you're never going to get anything that works because there's some special interest that's going to say, well, it doesn't meet this standard, so it's got to go.
I don't know what happened.
Why don't we just say that what's that called? Consumer reports. Everyone needs to read the consumer reports. If you buy a car that's a death trap, that's on you. And that just means we whittle down the population to get intelligent people that don't make stupid decisions.
There you go. Back to buyer beware.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know our trade imbalance is partly due to our strong currency compared to other countries. True, potentially limiting how much we can realistically export. So far, Toyota, TM, I wouldn't be worrying too much about exports. And plus, that's a concern for the corporate sector. You figure that out. The United States government should manage the fucking currency so it's 0% inflation. Period. That's it. Investing.
Well, you're gonna have to go back to a gold standard then.
Lots of money to produce goods domestically. Right. Well, you could avoid exported inflation that way. You're right. You absolutely are right. Here's what it is. How do you get a loved one who has heart problems and lose weight and facing diabetes? What you recommend is diet, exercise, and some good sleep. But as you are fully aware, with typical fat pig Americans, they're not going to give up their food. They're not going to exercise, and they're going to continue staying up late and doing drugs and booze and alcohol.
Yeah.
We know the solution. The 3-point plan, we're only really 2 points, and the third one is like, okay, kiss on the cheek, thank you. Yeah, those are good. That's the diet and exercise. The client ain't going to do it. Look at America. Go look at the video I just did about Americans. Americans are fat Walmart shopping pigs. They're not going to do it. They're going to keep voting Democrat.
Why is that?
I wrote a book back when I was in college that addressed all this, and all it comes down to is tax incentives. I would have the entire population to where most of them was military fit, where once a year they have to go in and like just over a weekend, like do guard duty, just to prove, you can still run, you can still do push-ups and pull-ups and fire a rifle. And as long as they're good enough to be, in the national, I'll call it militia instead of a guard, then you get a tax break. If you can't do those things, then you get an extra tax. If you're too fat and there's not a valid medical reason, not just, I don't feel like exercising, then you get taxed. And we don't get.
I proposed that the other day. Remember, because China, I think, does that within their healthcare system. That if you go over a certain weight, you're paying more for healthcare.
Yeah, I had this idea over 30 years ago, and it's a broad, sweeping plan. If you're too heavy, then great. As long as you can afford it, great. But you're not going to get any social assistance because that was your lifestyle choice. They had a video several years ago. I think this was pre-COVID that they said, you call into Domino's to order pizza and you want pepperoni pizza, and they say, well, that's fine. Just know that you're going to pay a $500 extra tax at the end of the year because you chose pepperoni. Would you like a vegetarian? And they were making a joke that, this is what was going to happen under Obamacare. And hey, yeah, that's the way it should be. If you're stupid enough to want a socialized healthcare plan, then you need to pay through the nose through it, because whenever something's free, that's when it's more expensive than you can afford. Pay for it yourself. Don't have somebody else pay for it.
So then what do you do about
I just want to know.
What do you do about the consumerism issue on that? Because that's how corporate America is making their money, is flashing hamburgers and sandwiches and pizza on the TV 24/7.
Teach kids when they're in elementary school not to do it, and maybe tax the hell out of advertising and say, well, if you're going to advertise high fat, bad quality food, then we're just going to tax the shit out of you. You can still advertise, but there's going to be an advertising tax, just like there's a sugar tax or a soda tax in some cities.
Yeah,
here you go. The concept here, according to Investopedia, concept of sin taxes in the U.S. dates back to 1791. Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton proposed the first excise tax on domestic distilled spirits to pay off Revolutionary War debt.
That's right.
Cigarette and alcohol excise taxes have been periodically adjusted through various federal bills and wartime financing measures since the 1920th century.
Yeah, our neighbor city, Oakland, has a sugar tax. We don't have it in our city, but they have it in their city. We're a pretty active city. We have so many trails and we have bike parties, and so they have a lot of activities that they put toward to encourage the community to be outdoors, and they encourage gyms and stuff like that, small companies to come in with their Zumba classes, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, the next door city does have sugar tax. And I went over
There
there.
you want to create jobs? We give incentive for health instructors and
Yeah,
for
they
people to
do.
go there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to one of their Zumba classes, and they were a part of the program the city put together to help them get started. So, yeah, they do that. And that should be an incentive to have businesses like that that are geared towards health.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah, because I was in Oakland. This was like last month. I didn't even know they had a sugar tax, and I was in line. I was picking up some stuff for my trip, and the lady was like, "What is this? A sugar tax?" And they were like, "Yeah." And the whole line just got into a conversation, and the lady said, well, the cashier said, you know those people that be out in the front telling you to sign petitions, sign this, sign that? She said people don't even know what they be signing. They just they do that for a reason. They rush you like, can you sign this, can you sign this, this is about, and they just give you just the bare minimum title of what's on the bill, but then there's all this other stuff. And she said all them petition people got this pushed.
Yep. And just like you said, because people don't want to have confrontation, they'll just sign anything, and they're signing away their rights. Anytime that you sign something that is a legal contract, do not sign things unless you know what you're signing.
Right. So if less people have the time, like you said, to read them and actually debate them on this and go through the fine print, or even pull their phones up and look it up, then I suggest don't
You got me
sign them.
thinking when I go to CVS, I'm picking up my mother's drugs, and you have to sign on the thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a
I'm like, I don't
contract.
know what I'm signing, but if I do, I don't know how much there would be there to read. And man, I'd be holding up the whole fucking line.
Hey, tough luck. If enough people did that, then CVS wouldn't get any business. Then they'd have to quit having people sign for everything. Yeah, corporations do this all the time because they just get you, again, just like with the fast food, they've trained Americans just sign, sign, sign. And then when you want to enforce your rights, you say, well, it shouldn't be this way. And then they're going to say, well, you signed away your rights. So
And I'm
yeah,
not
you
even
have
taking
no
the time to
rights.
sign my name as usual on any other document. It's just a scribble because I just want to get the fuck out of there.
And that's
just-
fine. If it's just a scribble, then just, but they'll say, well, did you sign this? And then you have to answer yes or no. If you
Oh,
say,
I
well,
can't tell. It doesn't look like my signature. Look at my driver's license. It doesn't look like my signature.
and that's a valid plan.
Yeah, that's my plan.
I know, but I know sometimes when I do that, then it says that it's unreadable. I have to redo it.
No, I never had. No, they never asked that. Not there. And I hate fucking. They make and also CBS during COVID, right? They had all the hand sanitizer shit out.
Yeah.
And right. And now most of you got to put your finger on this thing, and then they don't leave a hand sanitizer. I'm like, Eric, how many fingers are going across this? So I make sure I'm asking for it. I think they had it now. They have it out now because I did say something. I'm like,
Yeah, absolutely. Be a sore thumb and demand it. Say, where's the hand sanitizer after I touch
exactly.
it?
And this is a pharmacy, right? Where's the fucking hand sanitizer? And I got to touch your screen. Because you know who's coming into pharmacies? Sick people.
Yes. Well, they don't do that at my pharmacy. They just ask for your phone number.
They're not going to do it. They're going to keep voting Democrat. They're going to keep. Everyone wants to avoid work. Look at how fat our poor people are. Like, they are so fat. You think they're going to give up 10% of their calories? Like, forget 10% money, right? Translate that to EBT. You think they're going to give up 10% of their food? Oh my God. Welfare queen doesn't get her extra bag of Doritos. She might drop from 290 to 285 pounds. They can't tolerate that. No, it's good advice. No one's going to do it. Not until people are starving and electricity is out and there ain't no cops stopping people from robbing you blind. and taking your wives and daughters and having their way with, is any of this going to change? And by that time, it's going to be moot what the dollar is and our current trade deficit. Aaron Purdue, $20 generous dollars, NADA conference where they said BYD pickups.
That's the Chinese electric company, BYD. It's huge. And look, $25,000 to $40,000. That's what, a third of the price, a half the less than. You gotta look up what BYD is.
National Automobile Dealers Association. All right, so that's one acronym.
Yeah.
BYD pickups.
That's a Chinese company. I think it stands for Build Your Dream. I think it stands for. Pretty sure. Bring your own dollars. No, it's Build Your. I'm pretty sure it's Build Your Dream. Come on, Aaron. What the fuck?
Shark is a Chinese auto manufacturer's first mid-size plug-in hybrid electric pickup truck designed to compete globally with trucks like Ford Ranger, Tacoma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that I know what you're talking about, the National Automobile Dealers Association, where they said Chinese electric pickups now selling in Mexico and Canada for $25,000 to $45,000 US. Tommy Boy's actual
cousin.
Oh yeah.
Like they shared it. I don't know who they talk about that.
Shit, what was the actor's name? That is his cousin. The CEO of Ford.
Oh.
His cousin, Chris Farley, and Bob Farley? Oh, no, I'm thinking Bob Marley.
Fuck.
Farley is the CEO of Ford. Okay. The CEO of Ford and Akio Toyoda, the CEO of Toyota, looking like they sharded their suits. Decent product at a good price. Hello. Yeah. Oh, I hope.
Okay, Ford. So these CEOs from Ford and everything shitted their suits because, they see BYD selling these trucks in Mexico and Canada and like, oh shit, we cannot fucking compete with that. So what stops someone from going to Mexico, Canada, buying well, you can't bring it here, right? You can't bring the BYD.
No, unfortunately.
You can't bring a BYD here, yeah. So, I don't know.
But again, why do we have it where they can't sell here? Because they use slave labor. So if you want to legalize slave labor, then that's fine. Because that's the only way that American companies can compete.
But are they building them in Mexico and Canada as well?
No, they're building them in China, shipping them by cargo truck, and then just selling them wherever they drop them.
Or maybe
that's weird
minimum
you say that.
Assembly.
Because my first RX-8 came straight off the ship from Japan, and it was so modified. I kept sending it back to the shop, sending it back, and then finally it broke my heart. I had to lemon law it because I was one of the first people to have over here, at least in North California, one of the first people to have the RX-8. I think mine was like number 3. It was like in the 300s, and so they're still doing it. Like they're still making cars over there and then shipping them here. And then, but I mean, why? I don't understand. Like, is it just some companies can get away with it and others can't?
It's the lobbyists here. They don't want the competition.
They don't want they pay off the regulators, and that's why some companies get away with it. And the ones that don't play the game, they're the ones that actually get the law enforced on them. That's the way it is in every industry. It's the same way it is with the banks.
And I think Mazda bought Ford as well.
How much does the auto industry give to politicians?
A shitload.
There you go.
And I think he said Toyota, but I could have sworn Mazda and Ford had merged. Because because I had 2 RX-8s. After I lemon lawed it, and then I waited a year, and I said, well, let me see if they fix the problem. And I went and bought another RX-8, And then that one didn't give me problems. But then come to find out, all the RX-8s, their engines kill over at 76,000 miles. That's after you didn't pay the car off, even though I never had a note
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, that's called planned obsolescence. It's been around for decades.
People were like, your engine died at 76,000 miles. I said, well, apparently the rotary engine has a lifespan on it of 70 around before 80,000 miles. The rotary engine kills over.
That's right.
I hope they all get fired. I hope their assets are bought and purchased by some analog company that says, nope, we're not doing this electric shit. We're not doing computer. We're not spying on our customers. I can't wait for that smug little fucking Nepo baby to get. I mean, he's wealthy. He's fine. He's fine. The Air Force. Good for you. I don't know.
I think that's probably pretty much about it about the 333 plan. There's only another minute there, but yeah. I generally like Aaron. Yeah, I like his no bullshit approach. But some things in there like we talked about, questionable or need further clarification, such as what are you going to use the corporate tax for? But yeah, nobody usually changes unless fucking they're forced to in some way, right? We don't change. We're human beings. We get lazy. We get complacent, and we don't change our habits until we have to. I'm not gonna fix the fucking roof till there's a fucking hole in it and water starts coming in.
Oh no, in America, we just wait until the roof collapses and then put buckets everywhere and say it's good enough.
And then put in the insurance claim. Guys woke up now? You have your coffee? Your coffee?
Your coffee?
Coffee? Did you have your coffee? I gotta
Yep.
step away, go to the bathroom, so use to chat. All right.
Okay.
And I will let me drop a link. And we'll see how long we can take this puppy. I do have some adult things to take care and manage during the day.
Oh my.
Here we go.
If you pin your link, it'll stay there longer.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Coffee.
Ilona, it's not as simple as just because they vote Democrat. In some corporate policies, voting Democrat causes the labor prices to skyrocket. But if you vote Republican, then that can mean that regulatory oversight isn't as stringent and you get worse products, or it can mean that the corporations don't have to pay as much in taxes because they get carve outs. So, there's a problem with each side. You just have to choose
Exactly.
which problem you're willing to deal with.
I wish they do away with the Republican and Democrats and they created that so people can blame a side when one side fails. It's smart in itself. That's like back in the day how these kingdoms would have like a master of coin. And they'll be like, we'll have a master of coin. So when the people are going hungry and starving, they'll blame the master of coins. So it's the same thing, same setup.
Yeah, I agree. They should be able to vote in blocks where, okay, you're a Democrat, so we can count on your vote to be in the Democrat. Otherwise, next time we're going to primary you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because by human nature, we want to blame somebody for failing. And so they have to create a scapegoat.
What's so messed up is we can figure out all the correct plans for all the government policy. And if there's like 30 viewers, what's the point? Because all the people that are out there doing all the craziness, they're not going to watch and they don't care.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like there used to be a reason why you had to own land in order to vote. Because if you aren't invested at all and you don't care, then you're not going to make good policy.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And that's partly why women couldn't own land, because women couldn't vote.
Well, no, I'm sure it was colony by colony, because there were plenty of colonies that had very wealthy female landowners, especially if the men owned the land and then they died and then their wives took over. Then they were in
I'm thinking
charge
of
of like
like
massive
France.
empires.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of like other countries. It was illegal for women.
Right.
Because I remember the one lady that actually invented champagne. That became like history, where her husband owned a vineyard and he died, and they were trying to take her land because women couldn't own land. And so
Right.
there was this huge court battle with the madam because she was fighting to keep her land. And she was actually the one that perfected the champagne, the rosé champagne. So if it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't have, because I don't know if people know, champagne only comes from France. We can label some champagne, but it's not technically champagne if it's made in the United States. Champagne is champagne from France, from that region only. But yeah, in the other countries, they couldn't own land. Their husband died. That's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, it is. So if they didn't have a male heir,
Yes.
then they were screwed. But if they had like a 3-year-old son, then they're going to say, okay, my 3-year-old owns the land, but I'm going to run things.
Yeah. And so most of the time it would go to like the next of kin, like the brother, or maybe even if the father was alive. But yeah, she fought the courts and she won. I forgot how, I think she found a loophole. It's been such a long time since I read that story, but I think she found a loophole and ended up keeping her land. But I do thank her because I do love me some rosé champagne.
Yeah.
I don't like champagne.
Well, I'm a lightweight. So even lightweight, I get tore up. I can have like 2 glasses of wine or champagne and I am fucked up. So I have to stick to the lighter things. I can't do like cognac and like even my
I'm a
even
lightweight too. I was just talking about it when I went out. A couple of drinks, then boo, yeah, I got a nice buzz going, and I'll have to dance it off.
yeah. But I can't do the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, those days are over for me. Those Jack Daniels and Jägermeister, that's what I used to drink.
Woo,
Yeah,
Jägermeister.
high school, college, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can't even smell the bottle. I get fucking, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, yeah. Completely understandable. I am going camping in 3 days, so
Nice. I haven't camped in
yeah, like yesterday I went to Home Depot and bought 4 tubs because their tubs are like $9.98 and they're huge. So I put all my stuff for food in there, and then of course, and then my husband bought an 18 by 10 fancy tent. So I'm gonna glamp that out for sure, because everybody else in our group got little campers and stuff. They super rich, and we're just bringing that's not camping to me, but okay. You do you. But I'm going to glamp the fuck out of this tent.
Glamp. Oh, that's the word, glamp, huh?
Yeah.
Glamping.
Yeah. And they're going to be looking at our tent compared to their RV with envy. I'll post pictures. I'll
Oh
post pictures.
God! See how ridiculous this all sounds. It sounds all ridiculous to me.
Yeah, so my husband was like, "I believe all that up to you,"
ridiculous.
but we're gonna be fishing and stuff like that. So I can wait, but then I can't wait because
Forget about
camping
let's
is
get
work.
back to nature, enjoy nature. No, we're gonna bring the neighborhood drama. We're gonna bring in camping.
Camp Wars. And they should make a show called Camp Wars. Who can
They
like
should.
because I got the little
Clamp
propane
wars,
stoves.
more like clamp wars.
Yeah. And then like all the wives see who can do the best setup without a camper. They have to do yeah.
Gucci tents.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. But yeah, so we just got just in time too. We just got the tent in the day before yesterday. So that was just in time. Because my husband likes to keep old stuff. So like the last time we went camping, he didn't. This time he did. He did an equipment check. That's the machinist in me. I'm like, babe, make sure you do an equipment check on the air mattresses and all this stuff. So he was doing that yesterday, and I was packing up. But it's going to be in Clear Lake. So we're going to be on the other side of the lake in Clear Lake, California. Now, mind you, I got half an acre on the other side of the lake in Clear Lake. So while we're down there, I'm going to drive around and meet the landscaper that weekend because I want him to clear out a 12 by 12 landing pad so we can camp on our own land because it's like brush and there's trees that need to be trimmed. But if I can get all that established, I don't have a problem renting out a piece of my land for people to camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know Airbnb rent tents. If you go on Airbnb, people are renting out tents in their backyard, on their piece of land. I didn't even know that. I was
That
like,
is
what?
smart.
Really?
Yes, go on Airbnb.
Wow, I
look for
got some. I
tents.
got some room, and I got a stream. I got a creek that goes through my property. They could fish.
Do it, Burl Joe, because I'm gonna do it because I didn't even know Airbnb rent tents out. Check it out, Burl Joe, because it's gonna be extra income.
I'm gonna put up tent lots, little tent
yes.
lots.
You're gonna be the next
and I remember seeing you show like you had a creek.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said you're gonna be the next Woodstock.
Yeah, next all on less than 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah, you're gonna DJ the whole thing. Maybe get a few live bands. I want to see it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that they did that.
As long as nobody comes in my house, you got to better have a fucking porta potty.
You can hire me as armed security. It's good.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm pulling it up now. Tents.
Security, you get all those. Yeah, you get those special favors.
That's right.
Yeah, people are getting like 4-star, like high reviews on their tents. I saw one set up in someone's backyard.
I have thought this about, can I manage like maybe someone even like parking, maybe they want to park their RV in a spot, need a place to spot either, for a weekend or I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be meeting him. So we'll see how that goes. I just need, like I said, a space. I don't have a problem with putting up a temporary porta potty. And I think you can rent them with the porta potty and a shower.
You can rent them. Yeah. I gotta tell you, I've done some weddings. Yeah, they have fucking not even like trailers, these luxury porta potties kind of deals now.
Yeah, I seen those.
I mean, right? They're like a trailer. They converted like a little trailer into
And you need a password.
Nice. They're nice.
Is that the one you need a password to get in, or like a code to get in?
Well, not here. Not that I remember. This was just because it was a private event, so it was a wedding, so they just had it. I guess it was on someone's house, and you don't want people going in your house, so you get the porta potty. You rent a place, so you want it nice. You want it nice for the wedding, so that's the mark. That's the niche there. Not just some regular plastic porta potty like at a music fest. Yeah. They're doing that with bartenders now. That's a big thing around here. It seems those trailer bartenders. They convert them.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
different
seen
kind of
those.
themes and stuff. Yeah, really nice. Some of them really nice. They're cool.
Yep, I've seen those.
Like those horse trailers. They're taking those and converting them. The small ones, not the long ones like this.
And people, I'm looking now, they're even renting out their trailers. They're like, hey, you could stay here. And they're getting 4.99 reviews.
Yeah.
Right until the local agencies start coming around, start trying to make some kind of excuse that you're violating some kind of, zoning code. Right, another
Yeah.
excuse to tax the shit out of you.
Yeah. I remember Irenic had that problem because his thing was on concrete pads or something. They said, remember a few years ago?
Yeah,
When
yeah, in his
yeah,
place in Michigan.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I used to have a trailer after my divorce, and that's what I lived in for a while. And there's a fireman that had his own like trailer lot plots. Like he had like 20 plots, and he made a bunch of money. It was like $300 a month just to park your trailer there. But he had like electric and water and cable hookups. So you got like so much electricity, free water, and then you paid your own cable. And there are a lot of people that did it, especially a lot of divorced men or retired couples. So it makes sense.
So I'm looking at this one
Yeah, I
here.
mean, I have a room to rent, but I don't want to. I wouldn't rent it to a fucking stranger. It would have to be someone I really fucking know.
Well, it
Close.
doesn't work that way. You gotta, if you want to set it up and have like 8 to 20 lots, then it would
Oh
be
no,
strange.
yeah, that, yeah, yeah,
But
lots.
they make a ton of money. All the places that I looked at, like some of them want as much as you're paying for house rent just so you can park your trailer on a little plot of land. It was insane. I
Yeah,
don't know why
like I'm looking
anyone
at
does it.
one for $525, and that's for
Yeah,
5 nights. And they don't, it's outdoor shower, outdoor bathroom, and it's like a teepee. Just
right.
and
Airbnb.
they got 4.8 in their ratings. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna jump aboard the 10 Airbnb. But I got to get that area cleared out. And as long as it's not a permanent structure, I'm going to be okay because I already did that part of the research.
Might as well rent out sheds.
No, like these people just got like like a nice, it looks like an Indian TPT. Yep, I'm gonna do that. But I meet with him this weekend, so we'll see. Because maybe 12 by 12 space is probably not big enough because our tent is 18 by 10. So maybe I need something bigger like that, but we'll see. He already quoted me $450. So that'll go up for
How
sure.
many nights are you camping?
Thursday till Monday.
1, 2, 4 nights.
Yeah. So we're leaving Thursday morning.
Will you camp again in the near future?
Well, we typically go camping every 2 years. This is just
Oh,
a new
okay.
spot. Yeah, I've
Oh,
never
okay.
been
That's
to this
cool.
side of the lake. I've been to the other
Yeah.
oasis, which is near like 10 minutes from our land, but I've never been on this side of the lake. Clear Lake's really beautiful.
Well, don't you have all your stuff from 2 years ago that you can camp with?
Well, that was the thing. A couple of years ago, my husband packed up all the stuff and then our tent had holes in it. Like I got pictures. I got blue duct tape covering some of the holes, and like one of the pieces was broken, and he had to jimmy rig that, and like so. I told him this time, make sure you do equipment check. But I made him. I made sure because my husband's a mini hoarder. I made sure he threw them tents away because he likes to hold on to broken things.
I'm gonna fix that. I hear you.
So I'm like,
I
are
just had
those
a
tents
duct tape
gone? He like,
recently.
yes, Tanisha. So I'm like, so he ordered that, so that's fine. You know how y'all men are. Y'all like to hold on
I
to
just
like
duct tape on
everything.
my patio umbrella. I had to duct tape it. You know, I'm like, if it ripped them, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not doing this. We spent like 45 minutes trying to just jimmy rig a broken tent because he didn't want to throw it away.
It's right. Well, yeah, Jimmy rig. It's right. As long as we can Jimmy rig and not spend money for a fucking new one, damn straight. Or hire somebody to fuck it. No,
Right.
that's
I
right.
understand. But to me, like things have a lifespan, and after that, they gotta go if they're broke.
Yeah. It's like holding on to an old pair of underwear. Wait,
Yeah.
that's my favorite shirt from my college days. Come on, can't throw that out.
Yep, that too.
I'm going through all that now too in my head. I'm like, I want to get stuck. Yeah, slowly getting rid of, minimize.
Yeah, but like
I don't like it. I don't like it.
like like I said, I understand some things why guys hold on to stuff, but like other things, no. It's just taking up room. I need room in the garage, and you're just saving broken stuff in the garage, taking up room. It's got to go.
I try to have a rule in my head. If I get something new, I have to like throw out like 2 or 3 things.
That's a good rule.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I try.
It's kind of how my memory works. When I learn something new, I got to throw out 3 old things.
Look, the glamping part. So I don't know what I've seen other people do glamping. So like at the other campground, they have already set up tent structures. And when they put those up, they got bad reviews because I guess the tents that they set up, they're like wood structures, so they're permanent. They were blocking the lake view, so they got a lot of complaints about that. But glamping, in my worldview, what I do is I'm still camping. I just make it pretty. It's not a consumerism thing. It's a girl thing. But glamping for other people, they call glamping for other people not camping because they're already coming with a trailer or an RV, or it's a permanent structure already set up at
They're
the
all called
campground.
glampers.
Mm-hmm.
You see here's some pictures of glampers. Look at that. Oh, I like that.
So see how you got some trailers mixed in? Yes. Yeah. So for me, it's just me making my tent pretty. So those are some already set up permanent structures that you can't tear down and pack up and go home. Hey, I would love that.
That looks cool. I could live in that.
Yeah, so my idea of glamping is not that. I actually got a tent.
Somebody in my area just recently did something like this here. See these 4 houses?
Yeah.
There was this house, had some piece of land, and now they put up these 4 or 5 tiny homes now on the land. They're pretty, they're not as close together as these, but they are close to each other. And now they're selling off the property as an investment thing. They already put in, the basics now, and there you go.
Yeah.
So they're basically land developers because that's how they do it down here. They put in a new subdivision. They put in all the utilities, the roads, and everything, and then they sell it off.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like, you know, on a smaller scale. It was just
Right.
like maybe this is like a couple of acres. Well, no, I think they have new zone. It's got to be a few acres.
Yeah, it's workable as a small business instead of a
Yeah.
huge ordeal. Makes sense.
And that's what I want to do. Those little tiny homes, I want to do that in my Nevada land, on my Nevada land.
It was hippie. It's like a hippie, old '60s camper.
That's cute. Yeah, like how they got the streamers, except mine's I have a 8x10 mat. It's fake grass, but it's outdoor grass. It ain't like the cheap one. And then I got like my little table covers for my table, my canopy for the kitchen area. So just little minor things like that. Not major things, but minor.
Yeah, like one of these trails. This is like something they would do and make those bartender things. But here they made it a little camper.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is this year my husband's not bringing a boat. He didn't want to deal with the trailer. I don't blame him because it's a lot of work bringing boats. You gotta get the trade. Like it's a lot. So
Yeah.
we won't be on the water this year, but
You know what
a
they
couple of
say?
years ago we were.
You know what they say, Nisha?
What?
The more you have, the more you have to maintain.
Yep. This is
More
true.
more energy used and time. Yep.
Yeah, so I agree. We're leaving a boat behind this year. We're just gonna fish from the banks. Now I'm not a big catfish fan. I don't really like well the one like if you go and fish off the delta here, it tastes different. But if you fish in Clear Lake and our catfish are huge, they have a different taste. I can eat their catfish. It doesn't have that weird delta taste, which to me tastes like dirt because they're bottom feeders.
Right.
So their catfish doesn't have like that hint of dirt taste, bottom feeder taste. It's so fresh and they're so I guess because the lake is so big and they have a different diet than the Delta catfish. But I do want to catch some trout too. Every time I've caught trout, I had to throw it back because it was too small.
All right, I'm going to do a last call if anybody wants to come in, keep the show going. Seems like we're kind of getting in a lull. Otherwise, I'm going to go do big boy things.
Yeah, I think people are on Tommy's show, like all your regulars.
Oh, that's still going. That's still okay. Maybe. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
you
over
got
there, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, I could see it not going anywhere. So I was like, I'm just gonna start my own hang. So if anybody showed up, they showed up. Whatever. Yeah.
I did watch the last one when when I teamed up with JG to jump Tommy. But I did watch the when Will came in, he did the same thing to Will. I thought that was interesting. So everybody used to say things about Tommy, and I wanted to come up with my own conclusions, but I never would join his shows because he erases them. I never see him.
You're right.
Yeah, so I was like, what are they talking about? Like, so I wanted to come up with my own conclusion about Tommy. So these past few shows, everybody was right. Everybody was right about Tommy. And so, in my personal opinion, in my observations, something is off with him. And when I say off, he probably can legally get a crazy check. Because crazy is a nuanced word now. Like, girl, you crazy. No, like he
Right.
can probably get
Yeah.
a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's very off with that man. But I came up with I didn't go off what everybody else said. I wanted to see for myself. And I said, oh yeah, something's off. Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of something that Tommy would say, like to the effect of, "Well, not all of us can be 100% mentally sane 100% of the time," or some shit
I,
like that.
see, I don't have any of my old subscriptions now that Daniel Newman destroyed my channel, so I can't even find St. Tommy.
Oh, you have him on your show, or you had him on your shows?
Yeah, I made the mistake of allowing him to come in once, and he talked all of his Satanist nonsense, and then he copyright struck Sterling saying nice things about me because I have that as my intro.
Let me find St. Tom. I should just say St.
I don't have
Tom.
your new channel. Did I leave a comment or something on my page or under one of my posts so
Well,
I can? No.
no, I said, well, I'm trying to.
It comes up in search engine, St. Tommy. Huh?
Okay, well, I was looking up
Oh,
Joseph.
here you
Prince
go.
fan club.
I'll give you a link. I'll put it in private chat. It's
Yeah,
he
now-
uses Joseph Prince fan club. That's what he uses.
Well, that's what I looked up, and it didn't show up. It came up as.
Oh no, you gotta look up St. Tommy. I put up St. Tommy. And
Oh,
came
okay.
up.
Well, can you give the link to Nisha for mine? It's at Brittany Webb, but I can't even get the full link.
For your own channel now, you
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah. No, for this one.
Oh, okay. You said add. I'm about to type it in now.
There you go.
Let me see.
At Brittany Webb.
Yeah.
Is it 2 B's or 1 B?
2 B's. BRITTNAYWEBB.
Is it a turquoise purple icon? What kind of icon?
This picture right here.
It's this face. Yeah, it's this face.
It's this face. Right here is.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah,
here.
right there. Just like it says in his headline right there. Brittany Webb.
Yeah, or you can go into the comments section where I put thank you it would be 8:14 your time.
Oh, let me go back.
Yeah, but see all the drama that Daniel's causing just by being a little bitch.
Yeah, sounds. I don't know, when you did that video and you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so glad I missed that. Was that like a late night? We were
It was
asleep.
like it was like after midnight my time, so it would have been late for you too.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I slept through that. That sounded horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
And you've had him on your show before?
No. At least not that I recall.
So
But,
these were all new people?
Yeah, he brought over a whole bunch of people. But initially it was me talking with one other person, and then Daniel showed up. And I didn't realize that he was completely psycho, but apparently he is. And he's been giving me death threats. Out of nothing. Literally out of nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't.
All right, nobody else coming in. If you want to talk about it off air, I'll let you. You can do
Okay.
that. All right, everybody out there, we'll probably maybe see you later. Have a great day.
Verily, the force within thee is strong. Heed it and conquer all. And it's gone. Poof.